watching as Beatty will strike out, and that will be strikeout number 2 for Ledford on the game. That will end the bottom of the second. And that will strand one runner on.
Bulldogs get no runs on one hit, no errors, one man left on base. Lineup for OKTAHA will be
coming up for
Ledford,
OKTAHA will
Allen,
be
and Christian.
pitcher Darren Ledford, number 22 Tyler Allen, and Kip Christian for the OKTAHA Tigers. Folks, we apologize for our technical difficulties. We were a little sleepy this morning and forgot to plug in a couple cables there. But, hey, we only missed one inning. Thank you for those fans watching that let me know through text message that there wasn't any sound, but we got it corrected now. So all the fun things I got to say in the first inning, I get to say again. And we'll have a fun rest of the ball game here. So up to bat is third baseman, number 22, Tyler Allen. Excuse me, pitcher, number 14, Darren Ledford, will lead off the OKTAHA Tigers. And that's what I was saying earlier, and y'all missed my fun comments about got to visit with the OKTAHA coaching staff before the game. Coach Kevin Roden, Miles Thomas, and Jason Edwards, and all you OKTAHA faithful need to talk to Coach Roden. He said he was a penmanship and spelling champ in 3rd grade. So you need to check him on that. Coach Roden, all good. All the coaches, good fellows down here today. First pitch to Ledford will be called a strike. That was definitely an off-speed pitch there. Bet Ledford wishes he would have set on that one. Ledford, left-handed batter. Oh, he wanted that one. Ball was low, so that will even up at 1-1. Pitch high and outside. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Excuse me, 1 strike, 2 balls. So a 2-1 count on Ledford. Pitcher for SkyTook is Remy Johnson, and Ledford took a big old swipe at that one. That one did not connect. 2-2 now the count. Remy Johnson, your pitcher for the SkyTook Bulldogs. Going to have a full count now. First ball game of the shootout here at Fort Gibson, Carr Odell Park. Fort Gibson High School, Fort Gibson, Oklahoma. A lot of activity going on in the campus today. As you can see, a track meet in the background. And that will send Ledford to first base on base on balls. That brings up third baseman Tyler Allen, wearing number 22. Allen checks the signs from third base coach Roden. This will be Ledford is the first runner that OKTAHA's put on the base pass today. First pitch down the pipe. Allen looked like he wanted it, but he instead changed his mind. Cool 61 degrees here at Fort Gibson. We've got a pretty good breeze that keeps moving out of the south and east. Swing, and we have a hit and run situation. Pop fly, catcher able to snag it down, but unable to get Ledford as he makes his way back to first base. So Tyler Allen took a big old swipe and popped it straight up.
1 out.
That'll bring
Back
up
runner still on
Kip
first base.
Christian wearing number
That is
15.
the center
Christian is
fielder,
the center
Kip
fielder
Christian.
for
Some outs
OKTAHA.
on deck.
On deck is Brody Sermont. And Sermont, wearing number 25, is your catcher for OKTAHA. First pitch on Christian is a strike. Second pitch, and runner is going. Ledford still second. So Ledford still in second, and catcher Beatty unable to get him. And going to punch out Christian after got him looking there. That'll bring up
That is now the catcher, Brody Sermont.
Brody Sermont. That will bring up him as the catcher. On deck is Braxton Casey. Sermont fouls this one out of play. Braxton Casey on deck, and Casey is your right fielder. Up to bat, though, is your catcher for the OKTAHA Tigers, number 25. Pitch outside, even 1-1. Pitch inside. Trying to get Ledford on second, and Johnson unable to pick him off. Ledford, only base runner so far for OKTAHA, and he's on second with 2 outs right now. Sermont loads this one up, not enough, as the left fielder will end the inning. There's a fly out to left field. And that will be all for the second inning as the SkyTook Bulldogs lead 1-0 over the OKTAHA Tigers. Folks, stick around. More action to come here at Fort Gibson for the Fort Gibson Shootout.
No runs, no hits, no errors.
We're going Volti. If you're not on a Volti-compatible device, it's time to stop by your local Bravado store to see if you are eligible for an upgrade. Any phones older than a Samsung 8, an iPhone 7, or 3G data devices all need to be upgraded.
Welcome to Bravado Wireless, from right here in eastern Oklahoma, where we provide quality wireless service and nationwide coverage for just $40 a month per line. Where we go above and beyond for you. This is your local service provider. We are Bravado Wireless, and we believe in the power of connection.
Fort Gibson High School, Fort Gibson, Oklahoma, for the Fort Gibson Shootout. First game of the day, SKIATOOK versus OKTAHA. Up to bat right now is back to the top of the order, and that is your second baseman, number 15, Ben Jeffers. Jeffers last time up walked and scored the only run of the game. So we're at the top of the third currently. Pitch inside. Ledford is your pitcher for OKTAHA. He has 2 strikeouts so far in the game. This one fouled off by Jeffers. Jeffers scored off of a hit by Zach Hale, so an RBI by Hale, and then
Jeffries goes to first base, being hit by a pitch.
And Jeffers hit by a pitch and will go to first base. So the second time he has reached base.
And the batter is shortstop, Cole Smith.
Up to bat is the shortstop for SKIATOOK, Cole Smith. Last time up, he had a fly out. First pitch is a ball. Lays down a bunt. And I said last time Smith flew out. He did not. He bunted the same thing back to the pitcher and was thrown out trying to get to, or actually he was tagged out, excuse me. But that advances Jeffers just like last time. So Jeffers will move around to second base. That'll bring up Zach Hale wearing number 27. Hale is playing third base for the SKIATOOK Bulldogs. This one takes a swipe out, fouls back into the catch fence. Two strikes, no balls on Zach Hale. He's got to play defense at the plate, and this one will get him swinging. That will be out number 2. And strikeout number 3 for Ledford.
2 outs. Batter's now the pitcher.
2 outs.
Dylan Robinson.
Base runner on second, and this will bring up Dylan Robinson, designated hitter, wearing number 12 for SKIATOOK. This one looks like it's got a chance to drop down in, and it's over center fielder's head. This will score Jeffers once again, and trying, and somehow Robinson makes it to second, and he will pick up an RBI, and will push SKIATOOK up to a 2-0 lead. That'll bring up center fielder Josh Ripley.
Brings in a run.
Ripley wearing jersey number 3. Last time up, Ripley struck out.
The batter is center fielder Josh Ripley. Jernigan on deck.
Inside pitch on Ripley. Pokes this one to second, gobbled up by second baseman, and will be thrown out easily at first. So Ripley will be out number 3 after a ground out. And 1 run scored, 1 strikeout on 1 hit. 1 runner left on base, no errors. That will lead us to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Coming up for OKTAHA will be Braxton Casey, Kenan Robinson, and Preston Holmes.
And Walden.
I think it's Rubison. Rubison? Kevin Rubison, and then Preston Holmes will be up to bat for the OKTAHA Tigers. Still on the mound is number 19, Remy Johnson. Johnson has 1 strikeout for the game, has given up no hits and no runs. Up to bat for OKTAHA, it's number 4, Braxton Casey. Casey playing right field for the Tigers. Ropes this one down third baseline, and he will for sure have a single.
The batter was right fielder Braxton Casey. A single to first base.
So that would be the first hit given up by Remy Johnson, pitcher for OKTAHA.
Kanan Robinson. Walden on deck.
That will bring up Kenan Rubinson, and then Dylan Walden is on deck. Robinson shows bunt. Pitch was outside. Runner's going, and throw too late. Bounces into center field. Runner's going to advance. Casey's going to steal second and third. So Casey advances for the Tigers all the way to third. Runner in scoring position with Rubinson at the plate. Johnson fires in high. Be 2-0 the count. 2 balls, no strikes. Pokes this one down first base. First baseman has problems with it. And Rubinson will score, or excuse me, will score Casey on the single, so he'll have an RBI single as he dribbles that one to first base. First baseman unable to connect with the second baseman coming over to make the play. Coach wants to have a little conversation out here. So 2 hits given up by Johnson in this inning, and OKTAHA has cut the lead in half, 2-1.
That single for Robinson scores a run. So
that'll bring back to the top of the lineup Dylan Walden. Last time up, flew out, or ground out rather, to second base. Runner going. Rubinson is there. The throw was way high, so that will move Rubinson into scoring position. Walden took the pitch. Ball count is 1-0. Pitch outside, 2-0. on the outside corner, so strike one. Count is 2-1 now on Walden. Walden has a man in scoring position. That's Rubinson, who stole second just a moment ago. OKTAHA looking to even this up. No outs. We're in the top of the third. Bottom of the third. Three and one now the count. Walden can relax maybe just a hair unless he finds a big old grapefruit. That will send Walden down to first base. Wind has picked up here just a bit. It's now blowing.
Base on balls for Walden, puts runner on first
It
and
looks
second.
like, according to the flag, it's
no
blowing
out.
west into
Batters now second baseman.
first base.
Dearman
Up to
on
bat
deck.
right now is Maddox Edwards, second baseman, wearing jersey number 3. Last time up, Edwards had a shot to shortstop that was picked off the carpet. First pitch inside, be ball number 1. Shows bunt, drives it right down third baseline. Runner will advance. Unable to make the play at first. And Edwards, with his bunt, will advance runners around. So we now have a bases loaded situation coming up for Hunter Dearman. Dearman, last time up, flew out to center field.
Single by Edwards, loads the bases. No outs. Batters shortstop, Hunter Dearman. Ledford on deck.
So anything that Dearman can put into play will score at least one run. Swipes at this one, and it's got a chance to drop. And it right over the right fielder's head. That will score one, which will be Rubinson. And it looked like Walden was going to make a run for home, but he tripped over the base. So Dearman able to score an RBI.
RBI single by Dearman scores a run.
That'll bring up your pitcher, Ledford.
Now we have bases loaded, no outs.
Bases loaded, no outs for Ledford. So
Allen
once
on
again, if Ledford can put the ball into play, and that one caught the corner. Ledford, last time up, walked and was left on base, unable to score a run. Puts this in play. Second base has a double play opportunity. Unable to make the play. Does get Ledford out at first, but not before Ledford knocks in a run. That'll be Walden that scored. Double play opportunity for the Bulldogs. Unable to make it, but they do get the runner going to first. That brings up Tyler Allen. Allen, your third baseman.
Runners on second and third.
For the Tigers. Runners on second and third. So as long as Tyler Allen can put the ball into play, Tigers should score again. They've taken the lead now, 3-2, with all 3 runs coming at the bottom of the third inning. Puts this into play. It's got a shot in the alley. It'll drop right between center and right field. That will score 1 and 2. And Allen will have a sliding 2-run double. That clears the bases, as Allen is now the only base runner on second. Brings up Kip Christian. Last time up,
2 runs.
Christian struck out at the
We have a
plate.
runner at
1
second
out.
base with 1 out.
5-2 now the
Kip Christian.
score. OKTAHA on a
The
run
mount on deck.
here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Pitch inside, going to be called ball. Swing and a miss. 1-1 now the count on Christian. On deck is the catcher, Brody Sermont. Ball in the dirt. Runner's going to advance. Allen will move over to third base. So Johnson right now, Remy Johnson, who had a stellar first 2 innings, is having a little control issues right now. Swing and a miss by Christian. Christian's even up the count on himself, 2-2. Remy Johnson trying to get the Bulldogs out of this. 1 out, bottom of the 3rd. The OKTAHA Tigers have a runner on third base. That's Tyler Allen, who had a 2-run RBI. Pitch high, brings count 3-2. So Christian has to guard the plate somewhat. Swing and a miss. That will be the 2nd strikeout by Christian. And that'll be out number 2. So both strikeouts that Johnson has thrown have come via Kip Christian. Up to bat now is the catcher, Brody Sermont, number 25. Last time up, he flew out to left field. Pitch high. This one has some promise. Deep center field. It'll drop on warning tracks. Sermont will score a run and have a stand-up double. So a stand-up double after a shot behind the center fielder's head drops on the warning track. That'll bring us back up to where we started. Braxton Casey, the right fielder for OKTAHA, who started everything off in this inning with a shot down third base line. Third baseman was unable to get it. Looks like we have Avery Browning coming in as a designated runner.
Number 13, Avery Browning coming in.
Browning
runner for the catcher
is
at second base.
On second, coming in for the catcher. Right in the gap between short and third. Browning's going to try for home, and he does. So a stand-up RBI double for Casey will score Browning.
RBI single by Casey.
And right now, OKTAHA have opened up the gates, and it looks like we may have a new pitcher coming out. We're going to take a quick break as we figure out who our new pitcher is. We'll be right back to Carr Odell Park for the Fort Gibson Shootout.
Bad luck, you the one that giant back up. That tough, if the cop was a clash of the math and you in contact with a Mack truck. You want to pass once I'm looking bash ya. Foot on the gas, lapping everyone to gas ya. My numbers on the ball, hold you put your stats up with the faggots and fact up in your...
Hey, you should have been here. Yeah, he broke the school record. It was amazing.
Yeah, I saw it. It was amazing.
What do you mean? How did you see it?
It's on Bravado TV.
Let Bravado Wireless keep you connected with unlimited home internet plans starting at just $49.99 per month. Restrictions apply. See store for details. We are Bravado Wireless, and we believe in the power of connection.
Quality mobile phone service in Oklahoma is a necessity, not a preference. Bravado Wireless provides nationwide cell phone coverage for a fraction of the price of national carriers. That's why we've been able to service Oklahomans for almost 100 years and counting. Visit bravadowireless.com to find your local store and make the switch today.
Big wireless companies keep getting bigger and bigger, but their coverage where you live is still small. At Bravado Wireless, we provide the best unlimited talk, text, and data for only $40 a month, right here in Eastern Oklahoma. You deserve to connect fast to your family, friends, and colleagues, wherever they are, with no interruptions and no excuses. Don't buy into big, go bold, go Bravado. Visit bravadowireless.com or visit one of our stores, where we make it easy to join our family. Bravado Wireless, we believe in the power of connection.
Batters now the left fielder, Cannon Robinson.
Welcome back to Carr Odell Park for the Fort Gibson Shootout with the Skiatook Bulldogs in white and the OKTAHA Tigers in gray. Have a pitcher change. Ben Jeffers comes in for the Bulldogs. His first pitch is outside. And that was to Cannon Rubinson. Rubinson had an RBI single earlier. Pitch outside, so Jeffers kind of picking up where Johnson left off. Johnson started off the game very strong. Third inning, just kind of lost it a little bit. That one was outside, according to the umpire. 3-0 the count on Rubinson. Rubinson wearing number 12. Rubinson is your left fielder for the OKTAHA Tigers. And strike right down the pipe. On second base is Braxton Casey. Foul ball as runner was going. Casey was going to third base. We have a full count now. That will be a ball. We'll send Rubinson to first base. Runners on first and second now.
Base on balls for Robinson, puts runners on first and second with 2 outs. Batters now the designated hitter, Dylan Walden. Edwards on deck.
Casey was going to attempt to steal third, but the pitcher, Jeffers, was on to his shenanigans and able to keep him on second. At bat is Dylan Walden, the designated hitter, wearing number 1. Last time up, Walden walked He's 0 for 1 from the plate today. He did score a run at in this inning, so we're back up to or he's made his second trip up, excuse me. Runners on first and second, 2 out. Walden takes a swipe at it. That'll even the count 1-1. Pitch outside. 2-1 to count. Three and 1 to count on Walden. Walden walked last time up and scored a run. Runners on first and second for the Tigers, 2 outs. The OKTAHA Tigers have scored 7 runs in the bottom of this third inning. Puts it into play right down the right field line. This will score 1, possibly more, and no. But Walden, with that shot, will have a stand-up RBI double. And that will score Casey. That'll be the second time Casey has scored this inning. And moved Rubison over to third base.
RBI single by Walden, with runners on second and third. With 2 outs. Batters second baseman Maddox Edwards.
Maddox Edwards now up to bat for the OKTAHA Tigers, playing second base. Last time up, Edwards scored, and Edwards is 1 for 2 from the plate today. That pitch is called strike. Edwards, high fly ball, center fielder trying to track it down, can't get hold of it. Edwards will score 2 as a fly ball unable to be tracked down by the center fielder. Will score Rubison and Walden as Edwards has a 2-run RBI double. And that will bring up Hunter Dearman. Dearman is 1 for 2 and an RBI and a run scored. The RBI and run scored all came in this inning, as OKTAHA is scored now 10 runs in this bottom of the third inning. Their bats have certainly woken up. Their offense is running right now. Dearman kind of with a half swing, and that'll be called strike. Pitch is high. 1-1 to count. Pitch inside. 2 balls, 1 strike to count. Catcher Beatty unable to corral the pitch, and that will advance Edwards for the Tigers over to third base. Dearman shortstop for the Tigers. 1 for 2 with a run and an RBI on the game. The run and RBI both came in this inning. This one puts into play, high fly ball. Center fielder is trying to track it down, and it will go out. I lost it there, and home run by Dearman. And Dearman will score himself, clear the bases.
Two-run homer for
Two-run home run by Dearman, and we are now at 12. Let me check my math again. 12-2, as this will bring another pitching change, it looks like, for the Skiatook Bulldogs. And we'll wait and see who they put on the mound. So we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back after these messages from Bravado Wireless.
Right now, more than ever, we're choosing to take the back roads and stay off of the beaten path. We're doing all that we can to avoid the crowds and the hustle of the city. While we know that taking the road less traveled isn't for everyone, it's where we feel most at home. Every turn down this road could be challenging, and much like you, we know the harder the challenge, the greater the reward. That's why each and every day, Bravado Wireless is growing our network further down the county roads and down the roads less traveled. We're making sure wherever your road may lead, you're always connected. We are Bravado Wireless, Oklahoma's own wireless provider.
Third inning right here, as the OKTAHA offense has gone unchained, and they have scored 12 runs at the bottom of the third. New pitcher for Skiatook, a new pitcher is Cody Gibson, will come in on the mound for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs have struggled defensively, and offensively the Tigers have been very well. At the plate right now is your pitcher for the OKTAHA Tigers, Darren Ledford. Ledford, last time up, scored an RBI, but he was his hit was, it was an RBI single, or excuse me, it was a sacrifice RBI, and he is 0 for 1 from the plate with a walk in the second inning. This one he puts it into play, a bouncer to first base, and that will end the bleeding that will end the bleeding for the Skiatook Bulldogs, as they now will head to the top of the fourth, and they have got to get some offense going. And that'll bring up at the top of the fourth Joey Jernigan, Bryson Earp, and Remy Johnson.
Tigers get 12 runs on 9 hits, no errors, no men left on base.
12 runs on 9 hits.
OKTAHA 12.
That's what the official book says. No errors, no men left on base. So a lot of damage done in that bottom of the third inning by OKTAHA. Still on the mound is Ledford, who has 3 strikeouts for the OKTAHA Tigers. Coming up to bat for Skiatook will be Joey Jernigan. Jernigan, left fielder for the Bulldogs, wearing number 6, and he is 0 for 1 on the game.
2-1.
Defense disperses, and going to try to give this one a ride. Left fielder trying to track it down. It's going to be over his head. He stumbles. Jernigan will have a stand-up double.
The batter was left fielder Joey Jernigan.
So Jernigan
double. Runner on second base with no outs. Batter is now
puts himself in scoring position with Bryson Earp. Coming up, Earp is your first baseman for the Skiatook Bulldogs, wearing jersey number 22. Last time Earp was able to get to second, so Earp is 1 for 1 from the plate today. 1-1 the count now on Earp. Inside pitch on Earp. 2-1 to count. Bulldogs, man in scoring position. Remy Johnson on deck. I believe it's Remy Johnson on deck. We'll double check that. Two and two now the count on Earp. Full count now on Earp. Twelve to 2 the score. OKTAHA commanding lead. Earp gives this one a ride straight up. First baseman calls it, and it's out. So Earp will fly out to to first, and that will be the first out.
1 out
of
Batter
the top of the
Johnson.
fourth.
Beatty on that.
That will bring up Remy Johnson, who was originally the starting pitcher. Johnson is 0 for 2 from the plate today. 0 for 1. Runner will advance after the pitch gets away from the catcher. Johnson is 0 for 1 from the plate. This one be fouled off back into the catcher's face mask. 1-1 to count. Bulldogs with a runner on third. 1 out. Pitch inside. Sermont able to keep it in front of him. That one bounced down first baseline a little bit, so now we have a 3-1 count on Remy Johnson. Johnson trying to give the Bulldogs a little bit more. Strikes, so now we'll move to a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Way over his head, and Johnson will take a base on balls, move down to first base.
Base on balls for Johnson, puts the runners on first and third with 1 out.
And Skyatook wants to talk about this real quick. Actually, excuse me, no, that was Coach Roden out to the mound for OKTAHA. And it looks like we will have a pitching change. Ledford has 3 strikeouts and 2 runs on the game. It looks like number 7, Preston Holmes, will come in to pitch. We're going to take a few commercial breaks. We'll be right back after these messages from Bravado Wireless.
If you haven't heard, we're moving to 5G and shutting down our 3G network. But don't worry, this is a good thing. What you can expect out of this conversion: less dropped calls, crystal clear calls, faster data, and voice and data simultaneously. Unfortunately, some older phones will need to be upgraded to a newer device capable of an eSIM. Contact your local Bravado Wireless store to find out if your device needs to be upgraded or not. And make sure you're following Bravado Wireless on social to stay in the know of our conversion dates. We are Bravado Wireless, and we believe in the power of connection.
You are called to be bold, to live out loud, to make the most out of every moment. You share these moments with your friends and family, side by side, across town and across the world. We are Bravado Wireless. We believe in the power of connection, coverage, speed, service, the latest technology. These aren't options. They're not special offers. They are obligations to you. We believe in building a community, your community. Bravado Wireless.
Fort Gibson Shootout here at Car Odell Park here in Fort Gibson, Oklahoma. We had a pitching change. Coming in is Preston Holmes on the mound for the OKTAHA Tigers. The top of the 4th inning. At bat is number 9, Gabe Beatty, the catcher for the Bulldogs. New catcher also for the OKTAHA Tigers is Ledford, so Ledford goes from pitcher to catcher. As Beatty, who struck out last time up, is behind on the count 0-2. Just like that, Holmes strikes out Beatty.
2 outs.
And that'll be out number 2 and strikeout number 1 for Holmes.
Now pitcher Ben Jeffries.
Now up to bat is back up to the top of the order, Ben Jeffries. Jeffries has scored with a walk and a hit by pitch. So he's 0 for, and this one a shot to third base and will be thrown out at first. So he will ground out to third, and that will end top of the 4th inning. As we have, it looks like 1 hit, no runs. No errors, and 1 man left on base.
No runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 man left on base.
That'll bring up bottom of the 4th inning, and it will be Tyler Allen coming up. Last time up, Tyler Allen had a 2-run RBI. And we could possibly have a pitcher and catcher change with SkyTook. And we do have a pitcher change. And that will be Jace White will be your new pitcher. So Jace White, your new pitcher for the SkyTook Bulldogs.
The pitcher for SkyTook will be Jace White. Leading off for OKTAHA, third baseman Tyler Allen. Pitching on deck.
Welcome back to the Fort Gibson Shootout here in Fort Gibson, Oklahoma, Fort Gibson High School at Carr Odell Park. We have a pitching change for SkyTook. Jace White is the new pitcher for SkyTook. At bat, and this one is gone. And that was number 22, Tyler Allen. And Tyler will have a solo home run. That'll bring the score to 13.
1-run homer for
to 2. If you're just catching up with this, OKTAHA had a 12-run bottom of the third inning, and Tyler Allen is starting them off strong in the bottom of the fourth with a solo shot. Now up is Kip Christian. Christian is 0 for 2 from the plate today as he struck out twice. This one he puts a shot down third base into the dugout. One and one, the count on Christian. Christian, center fielder for the OKTAHA Tigers. Pitch is, got him on a strike. So 2 strikes, 1 ball on Christian. Like I said, he struck out both trips up. Pitch outside, so it'll be 2 and 2. Coming up next will be Oklahoma Christian versus OKTAHA. And we have a full count now. No, excuse me, it'll be Oklahoma Christian versus SkyTook coming up next. This one a shot right past shortstop, and that will be Christian's first trip on the base pass. That will bring up your original catcher, who's now moved over to first base, is Brody Sermont. Sermont is 1 for 2 and has an RBI and a run scored. First pitch is a strike on Sermont. So coming up next will be Oklahoma Christian out of Edmond against the SkyTook Bulldogs. Two and one to count. This one back off out of play, back behind the stadium here. So it'll be Oklahoma Christian versus SkyTook next. And then after that, we will have Oklahoma Christian versus Sperry, and then Fort Gibson versus Sperry. So we'll take a base on balls, and that will advance Kip Christian over to second. bring up Braxton Casey.
Samant goes to
Braxton
first
Casey,
base.
number 4, and your right
Runners
fielder
now on
for
first and
OKTAHA.
second, no outs.
He has 2 runs and an RBI on the game. So he is 2
Batter
for
is
2
now
from
the
the
right
plate.
fielder, Braxton Casey.
Pitch was back
Robinson
over
on deck.
behind his head. Pitch outside. Wild pitch, runner will advance and slides in safely to third as Kip Christian moves over to third. Summerant will stay at first. Way behind, and Jace White, the pitcher for the Bulldogs, is going to try to battle himself out of this one. No outs. Pitch on the, caught the outside corner. Strike number 1. 3 balls, 1 strike. Now the count. Strike number 2, so now we have a full count. On deck, it looks like we have number 2, Dallas Hamilton, who's been subbed in for Kenan Rubinson. Last time Rubinson was up, he hit a home run. And that will load the bases as Casey will walk to first. Dallas Hamilton will come in.
Base on balls, Casey loads the bases.
So Hamilton.
Now the pinch runner, pinch hitter.
Hamilton in pitch hitting for Rubinson. No outs, bases loaded. This is what you dream of as a kid playing in your backyard. Bases loaded, no outs. Actually, you probably want, everything. But Hamilton's first pitch will be called ball. Pitch inside, 0-2 the count. Excuse me, 2-0 the count. Two balls, 1 strike. Now, OKTAHA will play tomorrow at 12:30. They'll play Oklahoma Christian. Now, I understand we have a possibility of some rain, so be sure and check out the Fort Gibson Baseball Facebook page for more information on that tomorrow. But with the turf here, should be able to get in more games than not. Wild pitch, runner will not go. All runners will stay. Three balls, 1 strike on Hamilton. Puts this one out third base, double play opportunity. Out at third and out at first, runner will score. So Kip Christian will score. And they will throw out Sermont at third and get Hamilton out at first. Casey will advance to second. And up to bat right now is number 7, Preston Holmes.
2 outs with runner on second base.
2 outs, bottom of the 4th inning. The Score is 14-2. Off-speed
That is
pitch
now designated hitter Dylan Walden. Edwards on
Preston
deck.
Holmes will take that one. Left-handed batter.
Correction, the batter is now number 7, Preston Holmes, the pitcher.
Preston Holmes was playing first earlier in the game. Holmes will take his base on 4 straight pitches, and that will put runners at first and second, 2 outs.
Base on balls to Holmes, puts runner on first and second.
Now up to
2
bat
outs.
is, I believe that is Browning, the pitcher. Browning, the pitcher, is up to bat.
Batter is now number 13, Avery Browning.
Oh, that's correct. Sorry. Browning's not the pitcher. One ball, 2 strikes on Browning. Right back up the pipe, and Browning will have a single, and that will advance Holmes and Casey around.
Single for Browning, loads the bases. The batter is now number 10, Sean Graham.
Up to bat now is number 10, Sean Graham. Graham's first pitch is high. This will be a dribbler to second, and that will get the Bulldogs out of the inning as they allowed 2 runs. OKTAHA left 3 men on base, no errors, and 3 hits. Folks, stick around. More action to come as we enter the top of the 5th inning. SKIATOOK down 14-2. We'll be right back. More action at the Fort Gibson Shootout.
1 out. Batters now third baseman Zach Hale. Robinson on deck.
Welcome back to the Fort Gibson Shootout. Car Odell Park here at Fort Gibson High School in Fort Gibson, Oklahoma. And getting punched out. 2 outs. Bottom of the, top of the 5th inning.
Batter designated hitter Dylan Robinson.
Now up to bat is Jace White, who came in as your pitcher for Skiatook.
Correction, the batter is number 1, Jace White. Who's the pitcher?
Saltdoss has this one well in hand. Leading 14-2. We're at the top of the 5th inning. So coming up next will be the Skiatook Bulldogs as they take on Oklahoma Christian. And that will be it, folks. Ball game 1 in the books. And we will take a quick break as both teams have finished their first game. OKTAHA wins 14-2 over the Skiatook Bulldogs. Folks, stick around.
Next game
we'll have the Oklahoma Christian School coming up against the Skiatook Bulldogs. And that is scheduled for 12:30, so we may start it maybe just a little early. And we'll see, and we'll be right back after these messages from Bravado Wireless. For myself, I'm Eric Shannon, and all the Bravado crew, thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next game.